Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Throwback Thursday. And tonight we are going back to 1990 and we are opening up two sealed boxes of 1990 Leaf. I've got a box of Series 1 and a box of Series 2. We'll be looking for the Frank Thomas rookie card, Sammy Sosa rookie card, and Larry Walker rookie card. Those are the big three that you could possibly find out of these boxes. We're going to start with Series 1. And there are 36 packs in the box. By the way, this was kind of like the set of 1990. Even today, out of all the different releases from 1990, I consider this to be the best one. Just because that Frank Thomas rookie card was a nice chase card back in the day. And we do have some folks that helped sponsor this break. Their names are on the screen right now. They'll get the stack that corresponds to their position on the screen. So Joseph B is going to get the entire top left stack. So let's get this opened up. Take a look at the design of the packs and also the cards. Now, Leaf was really awesome in 1990, but I don't know if you bought 91 or 92 Leaf, but kind of really went downhill a bit. 91 and 92 Leaf were really overproduced and became pretty much your typical junk wax. In fact, you can still buy 91 and 92 Leaf like wax boxes for $10 or less. So here we go. These are the packs, and I don't think I've ever opened any of these in my life, which is pretty awesome. There's 9 packs per stack, so this entire top left stack is for Joseph. Let's get those out and take a look. You can see there's a Yogi Berra puzzle that is puzzle piece that is randomly, well, I guess they're in every pack, not randomly inserted. But since this is made by Don Russ, good old Don Russ always puts in those puzzle pieces. So let's go and see what we can find. Now, this set was broken into 2 series. There's a total of 528 cards in the set, and there is the design. You've probably seen these cards before, popping up every now and then. I really like that they are all facing the same way. There's a nice Craig Biggio. That's not his rookie card. That's his second-year card. And Greg Maddux. Very nice one right there. Another Hall of Famer. Tom Glavine. So a pretty good pack. You got 3 Hall of Famers. This Greg Olson card was a hot card back in the day. And then we have a Leaf set, which is just telling you about the 1948 set there. And then Mookie Wilson, Ruben Sierra, Brett Butler. And then a puzzle piece for Joseph. Starts us off. Pack number 2. So in Series 1... the best card that you're looking for is going to be the Sammy Sosa rookie card, which really became a hot card, especially during the home run chase. There's Nolan Ryan. That's a nice one right there. He actually graces the box, so nice to find. And Mark McGwire, another main star from that era. Pedro Guerrero, Rick Aguilera, Tom Gordon, Flash Gordon, and Kevin Elster. Also, there's other rookie cards in 1990 Leaf that we can keep an eye out for. They're not nearly as valuable as the big 3 that I mentioned. Out of those big 3, only Sammy Sosa is in Series 1. There's a nice Canseco. We're also looking for John Olerud rookie cards. There's a Robin Yount. He's a Hall of Famer. Bo Jackson. We should probably show you the back of the cards also. I know someone's going to ask for that. Just in case you don't have any, you might want to check out the design there. There's the back of the card. You can see it's got a nice little mug shot of the player and their stats, and also gives you a little bit of information about them. So really nice card design there. I like it. Next pack for Joseph. We've got Jesse Orosco. He pitched for a long, long time. Paul O'Neill would go on to some nice years of success with the Yankees. Jerome Walton was a really hot card back in the day as well. I remember everyone was all about his 89 Bowman card. But again, he was another one of those guys that kind of fizzled out and didn't really reach their full potential. Robbie Alomar and Don Mattingly. So 2 major stars there. And then Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer. Frank Viola had many good seasons. There's Fernando. Fernando Mania was alive and well in the early 80s. By the way, the back of the pack's pretty nice and plain. Not a whole lot of stuff going on. They used high-quality paper stock for this. This was kind of like the first premium set that Don Russ ever put out. There's Ryan Sandberg. That's a nice one. Dave Stieb, Terry Kennedy, Mike Gallego, Eric Shaw, And Gary Gaetti. So still no Sammy Sosa. That's the card that we're after. I can't remember exactly how high that Sammy Sosa rookie card reached in terms of its pinnacle and value. There's Barry Bonds. You can see it looks like maybe he's about to be intentionally walked and is not too happy about it. Good old Barry Bonds. His rookie card's, of course, 87. You can see he was still very skinny there. When Barry first came up to the league, he was a leadoff hitter. And Barry Larkin. So we start with a Barry and we end with a Barry. One's a Hall of Famer and one is not. One has 7 MVPs and the other has 1. The guy with 7 MVPs is not in the Hall of Fame, at least not yet. And how about this one? We start off with the guy with 7 Cy Youngs. So we start off the last pack with the guy with 7 MVPs and now 7 Cy Youngs again. Not in the Hall of Fame. I think both those guys will eventually get in. Clemens and Bonds. Then we got John Smoltz, Hall of Famer. Kevin Brown was a great pitcher there. And another Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley, Roberto Kelly, Bob Walken, Chuck Krim. And our last pack for Joseph. So you got some nice Hall of Famers in there, but still no Sammy Sosa rookie card to write home about yet. Also, we'll be looking for Ken Griffey Jr. in this set. Maybe find the Griffey second-year card. That's probably the second best card in Series 1. And then Nolan Ryan's probably the third best card. There's Carlton Fisk, Bly11, Boggs. So nice run of 3 Hall of Famers there for Joseph. And that's the end of your packs. Next up, we're going to the top right. We'll do Stephen M's stack form right now. Get that right there on the screen. Let's see if we can find that Sosa. All right, start off with Jimmy Key. My brother used to like Jimmy Key a lot as a kid. I was never a huge fan of Jimmy Key. I don't know why. Frank White, Kevin McReynolds is the last one there. Next pack for Steven. See what we find. And we got Bedrosian, another McGuire. So our second McGuire, Pedro Guerrero. We already pretty much had this exact same pack in the first stack, which is bound to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen too much, just because all the cards were produced on sheets and then cut up. So a lot of times you have oh, look at this, another repeat pack. So yeah, you got those Hall of Famers again. Oh, and we got Ken Griffey Jr. So the first 7 or 8 cards were repeats, and now they switch it up. The bottom of the pack is new. Ken Griffey Jr., we just mentioned this card. This is his second-year card, and it's a pretty nice one. I never had this card growing up, and I think I found the 90 Leaf set at a flea market, in an indoor flea market, and it had every card except for that one, that Griffey card. That was a hot card back in the day. Everybody was all about Griffey, and rightfully so. That was one prospect that definitely was a major hit. I believe Griffey was the first ever #1 overall draft pick to ever be elected to the Hall of Fame. And how about this, Sammy Sosa? So that's a nice stack for Steven. You got the Sammy Sosa rookie card. He's laying down a bunt there because he was awful when he first came into the big leagues. We're looking at his stats the other night. I think 1991, he hit .203 with 10 home runs in a full season. Didn't really take off until he went to Chicago and mysteriously bulked up. And then would go on to hit 66 home runs in a season and 63 home runs in a season and just rack up the dingers there. And then, of course, he left Chicago, went to Baltimore, and just was never the same with the Orioles. And Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer. So that's a nice stack. You got the Sammy Sosa and the Griffey. Those are literally the 2 best cards that we could find out of Series 1. So, whoops. Looks like Kevin Seitzer is trying to flee this pack. There's Alan Trammell and Tim Raines, back-to-back Hall of Famers. Not a lot of value to those guys, unfortunately. You would think that maybe these guys that were, usually Trammell and Raines were considered semi-stars, maybe 10-cent cards. Another Griffey? Look out. You know what that means, Steven. You've got another Sosa likely in this pack because Sosa was just a few cards behind Griffey in the previous pack. Here he comes. Sammy Sosa. No, Sammy Sosa. Where are you? Looks like I got totally faked out there by Leaf, so better collation than I thought. At least you got the Griffey. Wasn't Griffey and Sosa in this? Oh, there he is! He's in the very next pack. So, okay. So they just changed it up. So you got 2 Sammy Sosas. which is very nice. And you got 2 Griffeys, so Steven killing it in his stack here. 2 Sammy Sosa rookie cards. Now, you could go and send that off to PSA and try to get a 10 on it. Probably not a whole ton of demand for Sammy Sosa rookie cards anymore, but still, there's got to be some value to that. If you want to foot the bill for the, what is it, like $20 to have 1 card graded or so. We've already seen these cards before, and there's the Nolan Ryan again. So again, in Series 1, there's only 254 cards in the entire set, so we will be prone to seeing some repeats here from each of these boxes. Next up, bottom left, that's going to go to David J. So already pulled 2 Sosas. Let's see if we can make it 3. And then the second box, we'll be looking for the Frank Thomas, which is the card to go after in 1990 Leaf. It's worth more than double what the Sosa card goes for. Of course, the Big Hurt is a Hall of Famer, and Sammy Sosa is not. All right, let's see. We got Rafael Palmeiro. He would be in the Hall of Fame right now if he didn't lie to Congress about taking PEDs. And this was a pretty nice pack. There's some good ones in there. Already saw a lot of those guys already. Not exactly sure what these sold for back in the day. I tried to do a little research and figure that out. My guess would be, I don't know, at least 99 cents, which would be double what Topps was, possibly as high as maybe $1.49. Usually Beckett Almanac will tell you, but it doesn't tell us, unfortunately. And I always like that information. There's no price printed on the packs or the box, suggested retail price. Another repeat pack with a lot of the same repeat cards, which is to be expected. There's 15 cards per pack times 36. So, yeah, you're going to probably at least get 1 double of everybody in the set, you would imagine. Maybe there's our 3rd Craig Biggio and our 3rd Maddox and our 3rd Glavine. Now, Ken Griffey Jr. So that's pretty nice for David. So Sammy Sosa in this pack. Seems like the Sosa always follows the Griffey, at least in the 2 instances that we saw previously. Here we go. I think he's coming up. And I am totally wrong. We got a Chris Sabo, though, from my brother, Chris Sabo. Looks like being fooled by maybe an off-speed pitch or something, taking a huge stride there. Next up for David. So we pulled 3 Griffeys. Where is our 3rd Sosa? There's Will Clark, Will the Thrill. That's a nice-looking card. Ricky Henderson, our first time seeing Henderson and Gwynn. 2 excellent Hall of Famers. And Ozzie Smith. Very nice pack. Dave Parker, borderline Hall of Famer, but not in there. Just didn't have quite, maybe another 2 good seasons he would have been in. And we have our quadruples now of Biggio, Maddox, Glavine, and Griffey in the same pack. How about that for a pack? Like if you went to the store and picked up 1 pack and got that pack, you're definitely pretty happy about that for sure. All right, here is our next one for David. There's Don Mattingly again, Kirby Puckett again, and Eric Davis, Andre Dawson again, Hall of Famer. And that is it for David. So thank you very much, David. Congrats on your Griffeys. Move this box out of the way and get David's cards situated up there. All right, now it's time for the bottom right, our last stack of Series 1. And this one's going out to Autistic Family Collectibles, who just hit 1,000 subscribers last night. So congratulations to them. You get some nice perks with hitting 1,000. You can be monetized on your channel, which is always a huge perk, getting paid for your work. And look at that, Sammy Sosa in the first pack. So we have triples of Sosa. Very, very nice. That is the #1 card you can get in this set. Usually when I see that card out raw, it's usually, I don't know, going for anywhere between $5 and $10 at card shows still. His other rookie cards from 1990, like his 1990 Topps and 1990 Donruss and so on, 90 Upper Deck, usually $1 to $3 at card shows. So his best rookie card by far in the 1990 sets is the 1990 Leaf, and we found 3 Sammy Sosas from this factory-sealed Leaf box, which, by the way, you might be thinking, where did you get these boxes? Because maybe I want to go buy one. I got these boxes at a flea market. We call it the old honey hole because it's so lucky. You can always go there and come away with something. And the last time we were there, I didn't release the video yet, but last time we were there, they did have 2 Leaf boxes in the showcase, and I picked them up. Sadly, that flea market is going out of business. I don't know why they're going out of business, because my brother and I go there every weekend and spend a lot of money. I guess we support the card guy, but not all the other stuff. There is a lot of junk in there. You never really see that in the videos because we don't look at it. But definitely the card guy in there is awesome and has amazing stuff, as you've seen. And Cal Ripken Jr., I know that Jonathan will appreciate that one as he PCs him, and Ricky Henderson and Tony Gwynn and Ozzie Smith. So those guys are always back to back. Next pack. 3 packs left. We've got Bobby Bowe leading things off. Nice switch hitting power hitter there. George Brett, Greg Jeffries, Cecil Fielder, and Eric Davis was a star there during the 80s, and Andre Dawson is a Hall of Famer. Already mentioned him several times. I would really like to do a box of 1977 tops and go after the Andre Dawson rookie card and also the Dale Murphy rookie card. That would be pretty fun. It's kind of like on my list of things to do. But first, we have to do another box of 1979. That's a Jeff King rookie card, by the way. Gary Sheffield's second year. Another box of 1979 tops from the Baseball Card Exchange is en route. And we will be doing that probably next week. It's going to be a free break for everybody that was in the previous one. And I'm just going to foot the bill just because the last box we did was completely atrocious. And the entire box was nothing but commons minus the Robin Yount that we pulled. And the reason was, if you missed that whole explanation, is because Topps only used sheet C for that particular box or case. And sheet C is literally like the worst sheet ever made. Basically, they would make up like big sheets of 132 cards or whatnot, and then cut them all up and put them into packs. And that particular sheet just had all commons on it except for the Robin Yount. Of course, Phil Niekro's okay, Bruce Sutter okay, like value-wise. They're great players, Hall of Famers, but not a whole ton of value to them. So next up, we got Series 2. This is going to be the big one. This is the Frank Thomas search. So we got Dan H leading things off, then Darren C in the top right, and then Paulie G in the bottom left. And then Autistic Family Collectibles comes in for the save there. Possibly, I guess, if we have not found the Frank Thomas yet, then you are in a save situation, Jonathan, because you got to find the Frank Thomas to save the box. Which hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Hopefully we find a few Thomases early, which would be the equivalent of scoring a bunch of runs early. So Dan is up first. Let's get the box open up. You can see exact same design, which that would be very confusing if you would just find, oh, on the back it says Series 2. I was going to say, how are you going to differentiate between the 2 different packs, especially if you have like a couple loose packs that you're buying or whatever. So it's on the back of the packs. Dan H. Let's see if we can find the Frank Thomas. Now, the other good card in Series 2 besides the Frank Thomas is going to be a Larry Walker rookie card. And Larry Walker is likely bound for the Hall of Fame. Hopefully this year. He's in his last year of eligibility to get in there. We'll see if he does get in. So we're looking for Larry Walker, Frank Thomas, and I guess the third best card might be a Randy Johnson second year card. There's Dave Winfield. So you're going to be seeing new players that you have not seen in the first half of the video. Dave Winfield is a Hall of Famer. Again, there are 254 cards in this set as well. So we will see lots of repeats, and hopefully that means multiple Frank Thomas rookie cards. This pack does not want to, there we go, have to really like tear this one open. These are definitely pretty unsearchable. Oh, this pack is really not wanting to open up. So I'm hoping we can find at least 2 Thomases, maybe 3. And there we go. Right off the bat, in our second pack, we have the Frank Thomas rookie card. One thing that I'm noticing immediately, besides the super sharp corners, is it is a bit off-center from left to right, but it is a very, very nice card. This is an iconic card, and actually this card has been faked several times. There's a warning in the Beckett Almanac to watch out for fake Thomases. So that is awesome. Congratulations on that one, Dan. Let's see if we can find you a centered one. If you would get that one graded, you would probably get a qualifier of OC. Qualifier just means that it would say PSA 9 or PSA 10, and then next to that in parentheses, it would say OC, which stands for off-center, and that really does hurt the value of graded cards, unfortunately. Also, sometimes you can have like another qualifier that says SP, which I believe that means stain. Usually cards with like wax stains or bubblegum stains will get that qualifier. And every now and then you'll get one with like an MK, which I believe stands for mark. There's a little like writing on it or something. All right, so what's going on here? These are all flipped every which way. Let's see what, there's another day. All right, same exact pack as the first one. That would be nice if there was a Frank Thomas in that first pack, then you'd have two of them. But I'm thinking we're going to find at least 3 Frank Thomas rookie cards in this box. We're already off to a good start. And Series 2 definitely switching up a little bit. Maybe they changed their 2 Ken Dailies back-to-back. What's that about? Usually you don't see that too often. They kind of got pretty good at getting the cards inserted into packs. Sometimes you'd see that in the 70s, but I guess if you're a Ken Dailey fan, you wouldn't mind getting 2 of his cards. Imagine if it was 2 Thomases. That would be nice, or 2 Walkers. There's Kevin Moss. That was a hot card back in the day. Not so much anymore, though. Unfortunately for Moss, his best year was his rookie year. There's Randy Johnson, second-year card. The big unit, Randy, Hall of Famer. And on to the third from the bottom pack for Dan. Man, some of these packs are definitely harder to open. Looking for another Thomas for you. There's Lee Smith. He's a Hall of Famer. And Joe Oliver, Charlie Lee Brandt, Mike Jeffcoat, pretty much all commons in there. Even Lee Smith isn't worth a bunch of money, unfortunately. Lee Smith, honestly, probably like a quarter for that card, if that. Because Lee Smith never really got the respect that a lot of other Hall of Famers received. But he did get the respect to be in the Hall of Fame, though, so that's all that really matters when all is said and done. No one's going to really remember what Lee Smith 1990 Leaf card was worth in 100 years, but in 100 years, Lee Smith's plaque will still be up on the wall, and a bunch of people that have not even been born are going to find out about him, and that's awesome. He will live in immortality in the Hall, along with all those other great players. I need to get up to the Hall of Fame again. I haven't been there in years, but it is definitely an awesome, awesome place, an awesome experience. And sorry about that. I almost knocked the camera over there. I was getting a little bit excited to open the next stack, I guess. Really want to find that Frank Thomas rookie card. Darren C's up. Darren C of Comfort Cards. He's got a nice channel over there. He does pretty much a pack every day. And, yeah, check him out. Over 200 subs. There's Neon Deion Sanders. There's Bernard Gilkey. I know that Jonathan H. is pretty mad that he didn't get that in his stack. But don't worry, you do have one more opportunity to find some Gilkeys. And, man, these are like super glued. Next pack here. See what we have. Looking for the Frank. There he is. Frank Thomas. We're 2 for 2. Both stacks have had the Frank Thomas. Let's take a look at it. Again, slightly off center on that one as well, but still a really sweet card. We are 2 for 2 on the Big Hurt Frank Thomas. And how about we have a perfect, that'd be awesome. We had a perfect break with the Thomas in every stack. Nicely distributed 4 Thomas box break. 1 in each stack, 1 for everybody. We'll see if we can find some more. There's Edgar Martinez. And the last one is Paul Gibson. Moving on to the next one. All right, sorry about that. Had to take a quick time out as somebody called me, and I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb, so we pick up where we left off. If you're ever filming a standalone video, make sure that you always click the Do Not Disturb button on your phone. I usually remember to do it on live streams, but forgot tonight because I was so excited to find some Frank Thomas cards. And there's Dave Justice. That was a nice card back in the day. That is his rookie card. And so now we just need to find Larry Walker. I know Darren would like that one just because he's a huge Rockies fan, and Larry Walker had his best years in Colorado. All right, our next pack, we've got Matt Noakes, Doug Drabeck, John Kruk, Howard Johnson. There he is, Larry Walker rookie card. So now we've got all three of the best ones. What do we get? 2 Thomas, 3 Sosa, and now 1 Larry Walker, and hoping to find some more of all of those guys. Also, what do we get? 4 Griffeys. Pretty nice breaks so far in terms of star quality. We got everybody that we were after. Next pack. See if we can find some more. There's the no-hit king, Nolan Ryan, of course, who had 7 career no-hitters. That's an awesome card. I like that one a lot. I don't think I've ever seen that card before. And Dante Bichette, second-year card, whose son Bo Bichette is up in the big leagues now for Toronto and tearing it up. I'm sure we'll be seeing lots of Bo Bichette rookie cards upcoming, possibly in Topps Update for 2019, and if not, he'll be in 2020, Topps Series 1 more than likely. Darren T's got 2 packs left to go. And can I get this open or not? There we go. Let's see who Darren gets. We got Charlie O'Brien, Darren Dalton, so a couple catchers to lead things off. And pretty much an all-common pack. I am definitely noticing for Hall of Famers, you definitely want to go for Series 1 for your Hall of Famers. That definitely is the route if you're looking for Hall of Famers, as you see so many more commons in here. Joe Carter is not a Hall of Famer, and this pack is all commons for Darren's last one. But this series does have that Thomas. Next up, we're going to the bottom left. This one's for Paulie G. Big Yankees fan. We'll see what we can find. Pretty sure Don Mattingly, we saw a bunch of him in Series 1. So maybe you'll find a Kevin Moss rookie card. There's Jim Leyritz. Speaking of the Yanks, these are switching upside down. See if we can find good old Frank Thomas for you. Forget which card was the kind of indicator and precursor that would signal a Thomas was coming up. So probably pay attention to that. Next pack, I almost said. There he is! We're 3 for 3 on Frank Thomas! Every stack has had a Frank Thomas. This never happens in any box break. Usually we're lucky to find 1 or 2. But for every person to get a Frank Thomas so far, this is amazing. And this is the best Frank Thomas out of the 3 that we've pulled so far, because as you can see, the centering is much better than the other 2. Still, they're all awesome. They're all pack fresh. And hopefully, if you send them off, they'll all come back as PSA 10s with those nice sharp corners on there. So another Frank Thomas. We are 3 for 3. So we'll see if Jonathan H. can come up and basically, I don't know, hit for the cycle here. Every stack giving us a Frank. And I really don't want to have to use my box cutter on this. Wow. I have to be super careful, go at an angle there so I don't nick that back card. At least it would have been a, if I did nick it, it would have been a puzzle piece. And our next pack, it is a bunch of commons. Again, Series 2 seems to be very common heavy. Next, Andres Galarraga and Carlos Baerga. Baerga was a good card back in the day. He had a nice career. Had some really good seasons for those Indians of the mid-90s when they were a powerhouse. And then he would go on to New York with the Mets for a little while. All right, next pack for Paulie. Ozzie Canseco, that's Jose's twin brother, identical twin brother, and Eric Plunk. I know that Jonathan H. is probably mad about that one, not getting that one. My brother used to hate Eric Plunk so bad. He used to literally despise Eric Plunk. I think he would purposely step on his Eric Plunk cards to wrinkle them up. As kids, you always have some player that you don't like for some weird reason. And I'm sure you guys have different players that you didn't really tolerate. And that pack has all commons, so a lot more commons. Just looking for our Franks. Just give us one more Frank for Jonathan H. and we'll be good to go. All right, here's our next pack for Paulie. See if we can get him a Larry Walker rookie card. That'd be pretty nice. Bunch of commons in there. 2 packs left. Man, my fingers are getting a workout from these packs. Brian Smith. Used to call him Bryn Smith, but I'm pretty sure his name is pronounced Brian. And again, all commons. Very common heavy with these 5-cent cards. But believe it or not, I just looked down at the Beckett Almanac here, and they have commons listed at 40 cents a piece. I don't know anyone's going to pay 40 cents a piece for a common from Leaf, but if you do, more power to you. You must be looking for high-end, perfect condition commons. But yeah, you can see that Beckett definitely thinks this set is really awesome, I guess, if they're valuing commons at 40 cents. And this is our last stack. It is for Autistic Family Collectibles. And let's see if we can find 4 Frank Thomases, 1 in every stack to have a perfect box break there. Basically, that's kind of like the equivalent of hitting for the cycle. It never really happens. Well, I mean, it does happen, but it's really, really rare. As you know, maybe once a year there'll be a guy that hits for the cycle or so. I can't remember if a cycle is more rare than a no-hitter. I think it might be more rare than a no-hitter. There's some stats out there. I just can't recall them off the top of my head right now. Pretty sure it's more rare. And then we have Chris Gwynn. That's Tony Gwynn's brother, Ron Kittle, as we continue through the common-laden Series 2 box. However, the Series 2 box cost me more money than the Series 1 box just because of the Thomas. And I do believe that is going to be the, you can see Series 2 was 80 bucks. And Series 1 was only 70 bucks. So Series 2 is definitely a little more in demand, I guess. Oh, we got the Larry Walker rookie card, our second Larry Walker rookie card, and that one's for Jonathan H. So Jonathan H. is not going to get a stack of nothing but commons. There's at least going to be a Larry Walker in there to get top-loaded and sent your way. Really got to find a Plunk and a Gilkey for you. We'll see if we can find those guys. Randy Johnson, second-year card. That's a nice one. Like I said, that's probably the 3rd best card in the set value-wise. We only have 5 packs left, including this one in this Throwback Thursday. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I really appreciate it. You guys have helped this channel grow to over 41,000 subs. Last year at this time, we were only at 5,000. So thank you very much for all of you that have come on by and stayed with us. And another Larry Walker. So 2 Larry Walker rookie cards for Jonathan H. I guess you'll take, oh, and you'll take this one for sure. That's the guy he PCs, Nolan Ryan, No-Hit King. Which, I don't know if we looked at the back of that No-Hit King yet, but there's the back of it. It would have been pretty cool if they would have maybe done kind of like a rundown of his 7 no-hitters. And our 3rd from the end pack here. What the heck happened to these ones? Looks like your oh, please don't have a Frank Thomas. Your bottom left stack here is, or your bottom left corners are like all banged. That kind of stinks. Hopefully they're not all like this on the bottom. We shall see. Get a little start there for me. Luckily they're all commons. That would have been horrifying if there would have been a Frank Thomas in there with a nasty corner. These ones look pretty good. Ozzie Canseco. And there he is. So Jonathan H. has got to be super, super happy about this Eric Plunk. Unfortunately, I'm out of top loaders right now, or I would top load that for you, Jonathan. And nothing but common. So here's your last shot at a Frank Thomas. Will we find a Thomas? Let's hope so. I don't think I have any finger strength left to rip these open anymore. All right, last pack, 1990 Leaf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Leave a comment letting me know if you bought any of these and if you were ever able to find that Frank Thomas, which unfortunately we weren't able to find for Jonathan H. But we did find 3 of them for the previous 3 stacks, which was really, really awesome. I enjoyed breaking those boxes. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Tomorrow we'll have our Mail Day, Fan Mail Friday opening. And looks like we'll be doing some breaks next week. I've got an order in for Bowman Chrome. I've got Hobby and HTA boxes on the way, and also a Topps Fire break for 2019. Those Target exclusive hobby boxes with an autograph in every box. We'll be doing those sometime next week, maybe Monday night. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later.